Hello and welcome guys. In this tutorial we will be looking at plotting categorical data. So in our data set in real time, not only numerical data we have in our data set but also categorical data. Okay, so we will be looking at like plotting distribution category across multiple categorical value, single categorical value, and then we'll aggregate their statistics, aggregate their statistics, and we will summarize what basically the data telling us about. So basically the data set we will be using is you guys already familiar because we have already used this type of data. I mean market data, order data that we have used in previous tutorials also. So basically we will be using sales data so that we will get to know and how to basically plot the distribution plot and all other different type of plot that we have seen in the theory part, and then we'll see how this type of distribution plot basically reveal new information when you plot them with the categorical variable we have. Okay, so first of all we let's get started. So first of all we need to import all the library that we have. Okay, so import does okay, we have imported all our libraries that is required. Now I want to set style that I basically use most of the time. So basically style is white grid. This functionality is provided by Seaborn. So instead of white chart, it will be like grid view. Okay, so that's why I use it. What is saying? Style must be one of, okay, white grid. I think spelling is incorrect. Okay, okay, now what we will do, we'll load our the data set that we want to work with. Okay, so there is three type of data that we will load because they will contain information about order, customer, and market. Okay, let's load all of them. So so those data was market, then order, and the last one is customer. Okay, so we have loaded our data set. Now we will be plotting one box plot, and then we'll see how to plot multiple box plot based on different category we have in our data set. Okay, so first of all let's create basic box plot, SNS plot. Now what we want to plot, we want to plot sales. Okay, so let's say market df of sales. Okay, now let's see. Now as you can see, I mean the box plot that it has returned us, it contains so much outlier. So outlier are the extreme values, and for that our plot are not able to we can't make any inference, or you can that we can conclude, because we have data that are very extreme, because the most of the data we have is lying between 0 to 500, and that's why and because of that the extreme value is not letting us see the story behind the sales. So for that what we will do, we'll scale it. Okay, so let's scale it. So how we scale it, you remember we can scale our y axis. Okay, so what we'll do, plt dot y scale. How we do it, we use log. Okay, now plt dot show. As you can see, now we can see our box plot is showing correctly where our most of the distribution is lying. So how we came to know about this, because we have checked in a previous tutorial, we have checked that our sales data has so very high extreme value. How we get to know, we use describe function. Okay, so if you describe, you will see that the most of the data is lying between 143 and 449. The most, like 25 to 50th percentile, the most of the data is lying between these two value, and you can see that the maximum number of sale that we have is 89,000. That obviously is extreme value, and that's why we are not able to like see in this very first chart, and that's why we have to scale it down so that we be able to see the plot correctly. Now let's say you want to compare the distribution data frame of sales with your product category. Okay, so let's first merge the product data frame with our market data frame. Okay, so I have missed the product. Okay, so let's load that as well. Plot df equal to Okay, we have loaded our product data frame as well. Now what we have to do, we have to merge it with our master data frame, which is customer data frame, or sorry, market data frame. So df1 equal to pd dot merge our market data frame and our product data frame. On which column we want to merge? We want to merge on product ID, because that is the column which is common in between these two data frame. Now how we want to do it? We want to do it inner way. Okay, so what is saying? Okay, we have to write on equal to. Now we have merged our data frame. Now if you want to see how it looks like, so you can just head it. So this is how it looks like. We have all the three columns that we have in product data frame: product margin, its category, and then subcategory. So now what we want to see, we want to see based on product category how the sales are going. Okay, so what we will do, sns dot box plot, we have to pass x and y. So x will be our product category, and y will be our sales. Okay, now we also have to pass data, right? Data equal to df1. Now plt dot show, and before that we also have to scale it, because obviously the scale of sales is very high, as we have seen in the above box plot. So we have to scale it down. Okay, so let's copy this code. In the next line we'll scale it. So sns dot y scale, how we do it? Using log. Okay, so basically from this a box plot, what we can inference or conclude, so basically this telling us that the sales of office supplies, that you can see here, office supplies are on average lower than other two categories, and the sales of technology and furniture category seems much better than all these two. So basically we can note down that each order that have multiple unit of products sold, or say sales has been lower or higher, maybe due to price per unit, or number of product has been got sold for it. So now let's plot other important variable, that is profit. So these type of summary you can tell using this box plot. Okay, so now let's plot our profit. Okay, so we'll use the same code here. Now instead of sale we'll replace it with profit. Okay, so now we can see profit based on product category. Okay, so data frame will be same. Now here we have to do plt dot show. So so as you can see, basically profit clearly have some clear outlier, due to which box plot is unreadable, and let's remove those extreme value from profit, so that it will be like worth analyzing such information, because obviously profit is like a type of target variable that all the business want to basically analyze. Okay, so how we basically remove extreme values, we have to filter it out. Okay, so we'll create another data frame, df2 equal to, so df1 of df 1 dot profit. I want it should be less than 1000, and again there will be two conditions. It should be not less than minus 1000 and minus 1000. Okay, so now we will have all those value which are not extreme. Okay, now again we'll plot based on those. So again we'll copy this code here, sns dot box plot. Now what we have to replace, we have to just replace the data. Okay, now you can see, I mean, the category technology that we have here in product category has better sales number than others. Okay, and it is also the one where the most loss making transaction happen. Okay, and you can say to further basically we'll get to know more about this once we further drill down on this basically technology category. So what we will do, we'll use sales. Now what we'll do, we'll check how the sales is happening versus profit. So what we'll do, we'll create subplots. Okay, and for subplots first what we have to do, we have to define figure. Okay, so plt dot figure. Now fig size equal to, let's say I want to put inside 1000 like 1000 by 800 pixel. Okay, so that's my figure size. Now what we have to do, we have to create subplot. So how we do it, we create plt dot subplot. Now I want how many column and how many row, that we have to mention here. I want one column, one row, two column, and this is the and this plot will be the very first plot. Okay, you have to give numbers here. So as sns dot box plot. Now you have what you want to plot, you want to plot product category. Okay, after mentioning the product category, what will be your y? Obviously y will be my sales. Okay, and we have to mention our data set also, data equal to df2. Now to we shouldn't like get confused, so that for that purpose we will be giving title. Okay, so plt dot title, it will be sales. Okay, now we know that sales have some extreme value. For that, what we have to do, we have to scale it. Okay, how we scale it? We using log. Okay, now just copy this section and then paste it. Now we have to just change the number because we want this plot to be our should be in second column. Now we have to replace sales with profit. Okay, now we have to change the title also. And since profit is like scaled already, I mean the value is not very, you know, extreme, so for that reason we have to remove scale from here and then plt dot show. Okay, now we'll see how basic what these two plot are saying. Okay, so okay, box plot. Okay, now you can see we have two plots. Okay, now what they are saying, so now that we have compared sales versus you know, profit across different product category, so to basically get insight from this, what we have to do, we have to further drill down to do some, you know, another, you know, categorical variable that is like we can check with customer segment. So we need to add, you know, another dimension to our data frame. So how we do it, we basically have to merge it. Okay, since we don't have a customer segment column in our existing data frame, because that is the most important column we should have in our data set. Since all the data set has been divided into different part, that's why we have to like merge it every time we want to do some analysis. Okay, and also there is one thing that, you know, in real time, not all, you know, data set is like you will receive only one data frame data set. You will receive different data set from different department, because, you know, customer department handled by different people. Profit sales number, you know, collected by different team members. Like that we have to collect from different people, and at last you have to merge it on your own based on your requirement. So let's merge it. So df3 equal to what df we have defined, df2. Okay, so pd dot merge df2 and with customer data frame. Okay, how equal to inner and on equal to customer id. Okay, now we have our data frame ready. Now let's see how basically profits look like based on all the customer segment we have. So sns dot box plot, our x will be customer segment, y will be our profit. Okay, now data will be df3. Okay, and plt dot show. So now we'll see. Okay, some issue customer segment. Now you can see I mean, based on all the different category inside customer segment, corporate, home office, consumer, small business, most of them I mean, like sales I mean, the loss and the profit is like equally balanced, and in real life this is not how it looks like. It is like a biased data set. I think this data set contain, you know, balanced you know, profit numbers based on all different customer segments we have. So now if we want to like further deep dive, let's say we want to see, since it doesn't giving me any, you know, important insights about our profits. So what we will do, we'll add two categories. Here we have already defined product customer segment. Now let's say we want to add another categorical you know, column to see how basically it looks like based on the other column what we are giving. So the other column, I think it will be product category. So let's add it and see how basically different it is from the current chart. Okay, so to add another, you know, product category, what we use hue parameter. So hue parameter basically help us add another categorical column. So what that will be, it will be product category. So based on product category and customer segment, we will be looking at profit numbers. Now you can see how clearly it is explainable. Okay, now let's say across all the customer segment that you see here, the product category technology, okay, seems to be doing fairly well, and the furniture is incurring loss over in all the segments. As you can see, the furniture number, okay, the median point is around 0. Okay, and the variation of, you know, the lower bound is very high towards, you know, negative numbers, negative profit on all different, you know, customer segment. But in case of, you know, technology, you can see median point is I mean, the upper bound, it's toward positive profit. Okay, from median point, and from this you can say that technology is giving me more profit rather than furniture products. Okay, and this is how we will be deep dive. You do exploratory data analysis like this only. Now let's say you are curious to know why certain order are making huge losses. Okay, so one of the hypothesis will be is that the shipping cost is too high for some orders, right? Because some of the order come from different countries or different origins. So like that, some for some of the product that come from different countries, like people are very interested in taking Italian mattress, or you can say a MacBook, or you can say the product which come from different very far places. So obviously for those products the shipping cost will be very high, and that could be one reason furniture is incurring so much loss. Okay, so let's see that whether our assumption is correct or not. Okay, so for that let's plot it. SNS dot box plot. Now our X will be uh, product category. Okay, obviously, and our Y will be shipping cost. Okay, so how we find shipping cost, basically how we will be applying shipping cost here, we want to apply it by percentage. Okay, what is the percentage of shipping cost basically? So how we do it, basically we have to divide it with the number of sales. Okay, so Y equal to df3 of shipping cost by df3 of sales. Now we have to since we want a percentage, so we have to multiply it with 100. Okay, and then what we have to do, plt dot show some issue. What is key error? Product category. Okay, by looking at this we can say that, I mean, overall the furniture shipping cost is same as office supplies, as well as little bit lower for technology, but obviously our assumption is incorrect. Okay, so let's leave this and let's move to aggregated value across categories. So what I mean by that is, so let's say we have a data, and for that data we want to calculate like what is the average value of profit they are giving across different categorical data, like we have seen here, product category. Okay, so for that we will be using bar plot. So basically bar plot are used to display aggregated value of variables rather than entire distribution. So this is especially useful when we have lot of data, and which is very difficult to visualize in single chart. Okay, so for example, say you want to visualize and compare the average sale across product category, so we will be using bar plot to basically help us visualize this. So let's see this. Okay, so what we will do, SNS dot bar plot, and we have to pass our the column that we want to see, which is product category, and then we have to pass our data set. df3. Now plt dot show. Now you can see, I mean, by default, basically just wanted to let you know that this seaborn, basically by default it give you the mean value across the category. So we can either use different metrics also, like median, sum, max, mean. So basically bar plots also compute and show us a confidence interval value of the mean as well. So we can use those type of value to estimate and make some insight, or you can say assumption. Okay, now let's say we want to see mean and median respectively, okay, for given product category. So how we will do, let's copy the previous code where we have done subplots. Okay, now let's use this code. Now what we have to change, we have to change the estimator for second plot. Okay, so what is estimator? So estimator is used to if you want, since by default it give you mean, I don't want to see mean, I want to see median. Okay, so for that reason you have to pass estimator. Okay, estimator equal to np dot median I want to see. Okay, now you have to change here, it should be bar plot. Okay, this should be like sales, median sale, and this should be average sale. Okay, now let's see it. So some error, np Okay, now you can see, I mean, look at this. I mean, the mean and median sales across the product category tell different story, right? I mean, this is because of some outlier that we have found in or you can say extreme value in the furniture category that is distorting the value of mean, and that is why we are seeing the difference. Now let's say we want to add another category inside the variable to see the clarity basically. Okay, so let's see some clarity so that it will clear our assumption that we are making here. Okay, so for that what you will do, you will do the same thing, sns dot bar plot, and you will pass your x and y data estimator. Okay, x and y data estimator. Now you want to see with hue. Okay, hue will be what, our customer segment. So it's coming. So now you can see the data more clearly. Okay, now the only one thing that we have to check, okay, not this I wanted to show, so we'll see for sales as well as for profit also. Okay, now you will see the difference. Okay, so basically now we can see from here that the plot is nearly showing median profit across all the product category we have in customer segment, and it says on an average, the only technology which where the product is small business are making, are the only segments they are making huge profit. As you can see on here, office supplies, technology, furniture, all of them are in profit and at very high ratio, okay, rather than others. So what we can do, we can plot another graph, and let me tell you this. Now let's see the small business over all these three plots. Okay, customers, okay, you have to be profit. Okay, now let's say small business, because you can see, right, small business, the red one, basically it making profit on every category, and the profit is very huge. For say technology, for say furniture, for say office supplies, in all of them its profit is so high as compared to other categories. Now see here, based on profit also, this small business making huge profit on technology sector, as well as making little bit less as compared to other in furniture, as well as in office supplies. Now let's say this one, here also, like you can see, the only guy who is making a huge loss in all the customer segment is furniture. As you can see, in all the sector, this furniture segment is making huge loss, as well as technology sector making at least a good amount of profit. Same here, you can make so many assumptions from these type of data, okay, these type of graph. So this is what I wanted to wanted to tell you by using this type of visualization. So let's say when you want to visualize large number of categories, so it is very useful when we, to use subcategory instead of large category. So what we will do, we have another column that is product subcategory, and we will use that category to see how it basically looking like. Okay, so what we will do, sns dot obviously bar plot. Now we'll pass x and y value. So now we will replace x, instead of customer segment we will replace x with profit, because we want to see it vertically. Okay, so profit, and then our y will be customer product subcategory. And now what we want to pass, we want to pass a data which is df3, and estimator is np dot medium. Okay, now you can see, I mean, this is like more clear for us in which category we are basically the order are basically making huge losses. Okay, so this plot is basically clearly telling us that subcategories which incurring so much loss, basically one of them is copier and fax. Okay, and then table, chair, here you can see table, bookcases, they are making huge losses. Okay, chairmates. So you can estimate from in which category from the product that you have they are making huge losses. Okay, so there is one another plot, that is count plot. We will use count plot to basically check how many order they are basically receiving. Are they receiving huge order, or are they receiving very less amount of order? So to do that, basically we use sns dot count plot, and we'll pass y equal to this product subcategory and then our data. Okay, now you can see we have a clear idea of how many order they are getting. Okay, so count plot is basically counting the number of distribution they have. Okay, so or you can see observation we have in our data set. As we can see, for copier and fax we have very I mean least amount of observation in our data set. So from this we can assume that even after receiving so many less order, it is incurring so very high loss. Okay, and same for bookcase, appliances, labels, they are incurring so much loss and they are not even having good amount of order. You can see it is around, I mean, not even close to 200 orders. Okay, and that can be a good insight to tell business that yeah, we have like look into all this data set, and then we found that they are even not receiving a good amount of orders, but they are incurring so much loss. So there must be some reason why they are incurring so much loss. So a business can take action based on whatever input you tell them. So this is how we basically do exploratory data analysis, or you can say finding insights when we receive these type of sales or data set like this, to basically understand how the data is distributed over different categories, on how the sales are giving us the numbers of profit. So this type of information can be gathered using these type of plots. So hope you guys liked it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.